is an exclusive presentation of Jefferson Pilot Sports, a division of Jefferson Pilot Financial.
It's a festive atmosphere in Columbia every time the Gamecocks take to the field. Today is no different as 15th-ranked Virginia comes to call it. Al Groh and the Virginia Cavaliers get set to take the field against the South Carolina Gamecocks, and it's all coming your way next. Buckle up, folks, because we're going to have a great one. 86,000 fans have showed up to Williams-Brice Stadium to watch this ACC-SEC matchup, the 15th-ranked Cavaliers and the Gamecocks. Matt Schaub will not play today. He has a bad shoulder. The Heisman hopeful, last year's ACC Player of the Year. This man will play. Dontrell Pinkins got his first start of the 2003 campaign last week. Numbers not that great. Coaches say they really liked what he did, and it should be a great football game. But let's start with this Virginia football team, because certainly they're a team to keep an eye on in terms of an ACC championship. However, in week number 1 against Duke in their opener, their quarterback, the man we just showed you, Matt Schaub, rolling right, gets sacked from behind, falls on the shoulder, had to leave the football game in the first quarter. That is a disappointing blow. He is listed as week to week. What does that mean? Well, that means they're turning to a redshirt freshman quarterback, and, well, a guy next to me, Dave Rowe, he's not a redshirt freshman, I can guarantee you that. But, Dave, Anthony Martinez is a guy who's getting his first career college start on the road in this environment, meaning that Al Groh has got to find people to help him out.
Oh, he certainly does. Last week, he didn't have a chance, Dave, to get nervous. This week, he's had all week to prepare, and but he's got a real weapon in Wally Lundy. He take the pressure off a young quarterback. He's an excellent rusher, great receiver. He led the ACC in all-purpose yards. That man should play a big factor in today's game.
Well, as far as South Carolina is concerned, they're a team that will take week number 1 victory 14-7 over University of Louisiana Lafayette. Their quarterback, Dontrell Pinkins, his numbers weren't impressive, Dave, but yet here's a guy that coaches say he did a lot of really good things.
Well, I watched the film last week, and let me tell you, his receivers dropped easily 10 balls. But more importantly, they want him to take control of the offense. They want him to be a leader. When he gets in a huddle and he makes that call, everybody's looking at him. They want him to take control of this football game, be a leader.
Well, Lou Holtz talked about his quarterback having to kind of take this team on his shoulders. It all starts with a man who takes the snap. Lou Holtz, 23-25 in his 5th year at South Carolina. Of course, surpassed his idol and mentor in coaching, Woody Hayes, last week. Now has 239 career wins. South Carolina won the toss. They deferred, so Virginia will receive, meaning that Al Groh's redshirt freshman quarterback will take the helm. What a job Al Groh has done in Charlottesville in his 3rd year. Winning a bowl game last year to cap off what was a remarkable season, really, because nobody expected this team to do much. They do this year, however. Steven Stelfox will kick it off for the Gamecocks. At the 10-yard line goes Tony Franklin. Taken down at the 24, and that is where the Cavaliers will take over. Let's check in with Dave Baker, who's down on the sidelines. Buzz?
Dave, when we were talking with the coaches yesterday, we asked the South Carolina folks how they might put pressure on Anthony Martinez getting set to make his first start. Well, what do? They win that toss, they defer, they put the young man making his first start right in the middle of this noise on the opening snap, and I would just venture a guess that that's not the only pressure we'll be seeing from South Carolina.
You're probably right. I would expect to see quite a bit of blitzing today, a little different looks defensively as Matt Schaub looks on. 1st and 10. And Martinez, first class, falls incomplete, looking for Marcus Weeks out of the backfield. Our Chevy starting lineups today look like this. Wally Lundy. Dave Rowe talked about him in the lineup, number 33. This guy is one of the most versatile backs, not only in the ACC, but really around the country. When you look at his numbers, we'll break those down for you a little bit later. On the offensive offensive line. Guys were young a year ago, still kind of young, but very good. Elton Brown and DeBrickshaw Ferguson, a couple of really good offensive linemen to keep an eye on this afternoon. On 2nd and 10, Lundy trying to get to the outside, picks up a couple of yards before he's run out of bounds at the 26. Here's our Chevy defensive lineup for the South Carolina Gamecocks today, a unit that pitched a shutout. The only touchdown that was given up by the Gamecocks last week was off a miscue. Mo Thompson, 12 career starts. Marcus Lawrence, the junior college transfer, with a big game, 12 tackles. In the defensive secondary, the safeties, Lou Holtz Center, are concerned. We will keep an eye on those safeties, hoping that they don't get beat deep, are the South Carolina coaches. 3rd down and 8. The pitch to Lundy. They run out of bounds, shy of the 30. That'll bring up a punting situation, and the Gamecocks and the Gamecock fans are fired up.
Well, the Gamecocks, you're right, the Gamecocks are fired up. They got down the line. They really recovered well. Look, nothing but white shirts out in front, and now you see the defensive wave coming in there. Robinson comes up and pops him out of bounds. Exactly what you want if you're Lou Holtz. He has got to be tickled to death, as does Chris Kosh,
who happens to be the defensive coordinator. So Virginia will punt it away. Tom Hagan, the sophomore in Roanoke, will punt it off to Demetrius Summers, and this is a guy you want to keep an eye on. This Summers is a very special athlete, according to Coach Holtz, and Summers will have a chance at the return from the 35. Good coverage from Virginia, and South Carolina will take over at their 40. Well, the Chevy Gamecock offensive lineup looks like this. Hart Turner, a tight end last week with 3 receptions. Dacus Turman in the backfield, along with Kenny Irons up front. Travell Ward, an all-SEC candidate, really an all-American candidate. Defensively for Virginia, front 3, they kind of get overshadowed by these guys, the 4 linebackers. Darrell Blackstock last year with 10 sacks, and in the secondary, they've got some good ones. Jermaine Winborn among them. First pass caught. Sakeem Muhammad cross midfield into Virginia territory. Willie Davis makes the tackle.
But what a block there by Matt Thomas, the wideout. He literally drove the cornerback about 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. See if we see 15 come into your picture. He's driving his man. There he is. Look, 5, 6, 8, 10 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Gain of 15. Dontrell Pinkins, his 4th career start. Pass is caught by Muhammad. Well, they told us Muhammad's the guy that's a playmaker, not very big at 5'11", 180. He moved over from cornerback last year, and they say he's a scat back. He's not really a deep threat, but he's a guy that will make you miss. We've seen that already.
Oh, yeah. An interesting call there, Skip Holtz. I watched that in the films last week. They did a lot of plays, repeat them. Worked on one side, go back to the other side, run the exact same play.
Out of the shotgun. Big gaping hole for Dacus Turman. Rich Bedison makes the tackle for Virginia, but not before another South Carolina first down.
Dave, that was an excellent read by Pinkins in the backfield. When he hands the football to Turman, he just allows him to see that light, gives him about 5 yards of lead.
Well, Turman's a guy that broke Herschel Walker's Georgia high school record for rushing yards in a season. He went over 3,100 in his last year. Pass is caught. Newton inside the 30 to the 27-yard line.
You talked about these great linebackers, and Blackstock, number 56, really disrupts this play. Gets hands up now, gets out to the football. Look at him, just get in there, turn the play back inside. He actually didn't make the tackle, but watch this. Come in here, he's going to get cut, but watch him get in front of the play. Make him turn behind him. That's one of the comments that Al Groh made to us. He loves disruption on defense. Disruption and reaction.
Ahmad Brooks, the true freshman from Woodbridge, Virginia. Ahmad Brooks great speed. The 2002 USA Today Defensive Player of the Year, wearing number 34 in that lineup.
And Dave, South Carolina has made Virginia pay. They came out, stopped in 3, got the ball, good field position. They've driven almost into the red zone. Now they have got to come away with scores. You can't get down here against a great Virginia team and not come away with points.
Last week, South Carolina, 33% on third down conversions. Last year, they were at 37 as a team. Good penetration up front from the Cavaliers. Chris Canty, the junior out of Charlotte, North Carolina, stops the Gamecocks shy of the first down marker.
When I was surprised at that play, I thought for sure they'd bring Pinkins out on a roll. He's so effective on that rollout, it was almost as if they just wanted to get to the right spot on the field for the field goal.
Field goal kicking team will be sent onto the field, so Skip Holtz will have to think about drive number 2. It'll be a 42-yard attempt. Daniel Weaver making his first attempt this year, suspended last week. Last season was 10 of 16 with a long of 38. And this one sneaks through the upright. An up and down preseason for Weaver. They weren't sure how their kicking game was going to turn out, but all indications are, hey, not so bad. South Carolina leads it 3-0.
Is being brought to you by Napa Auto Care Center, by Pizza Hut, by Regions Bank, by BC Powder, and by Sonic Drive-In.
3-0 South Carolina over Virginia. First quarter action from an overcast, relatively cool and breezy afternoon in Columbia, South Carolina. Our Hummer scoreboard, Memphis on top of the Rebels. Early in that one, Wake Forest doing the same to NC State. Steven Fox kicks off for the Gamecocks. Marcus Weeks has some room over the 40 to the 45-yard line. Good return, good field position for the Cavaliers. It was a 42-yard return. DeAndre Island finally made the stop for South Carolina.
A couple real nice cuts in here. Follow the big guys. Now, once you see that seam, you get through it and you explode to the outside. They kind of cornered him in and used the sideline, South Carolina did, in the tackle. So, good play by them also.
The first and 10 as Alvin Pearman, number 21, makes his first appearance in the backfield for the Cavaliers. Martinez to throw. Pass knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Daryl Shropshire, the junior out of Kershaw, South Carolina.
Well, coaches will tell you it's what's up front. Not too much penetration here, but they get the hands up. You see, you get those hands up there. You see 57. That's Shropshire. Getting those hands up, get in front of that quarterback. Now, a lot of teams will use brooms. They'll wave brooms out there on 7-on-7, Dave. You can't throw that low. You got to get that release up higher.
Second and 10. Here's Lundy around the left side. Played well by the Gamecock defense. Teddy Crawford, the senior, makes the tackle. Boy, South Carolina is really flying to the football here in the opening moments.
Well, they have to. We were down there. We saw Virginia. They're a very big team. You talked about all the players coming back. The squad that was so well last year. And don't believe that players don't read that, Dave. Every player goes over that press guide ahead of time and says, look who I'm going against.
Last week, Virginia just 2 of 11 on third down conversion. But they make one here. Heath Miller, their sophomore tight end, who was a second-team All-ACC performer as a freshman and been Mr. Clutch for the Cavs.
Well, this is an excellent choice. What Miller does is he comes off the line, just curls out, and he's a big target at about 6'5". Come off the line, don't let the penetration get to you, and look, he just looks the ball in. Nice soft hands, curdles it well, just kind of puts it in there, picks up that first down. See right there, the tight end, that was his stats for last year, I should say.
Last week against Duke, had a big game with 5 catches. Pearman it inside the 35. Jay Robinson makes the tackle for South Carolina. This South Carolina team completely opposite of Virginia. Virginia returns as many starters as anybody in America, while South Carolina has the fewest starters returning from a year ago.
Big down here, 2nd and 5. Stop that first down drive. You got to put pressure on the quarterback.
Martinez over the middle, picked off by South Carolina. Lance Laurie out of Hopkins, South Carolina, makes a big defensive play for the Gamecocks. Lance Laurie, a guy that's been bothered by lingering knee problems, but got the start today.
Well, one thing a young quarterback can make a mistake at, look at a wide receiver too long. And I think he looked at him too long. And Lauria just comes right over in front of him. He's reading the quarterback's eyes. See, he's looking at him all the way, steps right in front of the receiver, and comes down with that ball.
The Gamecocks needed some turnovers. Last year they were -5 in that department. Hand off to Kenny Irons. He has some room. Gets 8-9 on the play out near the 35.
Dave, coaches will tell you this game is played with emotion, and we saw the emotion that South Carolina had. Of course, Kenny Irons, good average getting up in there, finding that little hole seam, little break back in there. If they can continue to move that ball 5, 6, 7 yards on first down, wow.
9-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 1. The movement up in that offensive line. Jabari Levy, the mammoth.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense, 5 yards, still 2nd down.
Joe Ryder, our referee today, but Levy, 6'7", 340 pounds. You will not miss number 78.
Nope. You're right. When he comes off the football, he's a great drive blocker, got tremendous leg strength. Just a sophomore, he's going to be around a while.
So that makes it 2nd down and 6 now, and an offensive coordinator like Skip Holtz, with 2nd and 1, you've got your entire playbook to work with. Now it kind of shortens up a little bit. Joe Pinkins to throw. He's perfect so far today and continues that effort. And it's put on the turf by Kenny Irons. Will they say it's a fumble?
I didn't think he had
Incomplete
control.
pass. They rule it an incomplete pass.
Yeah, it looked as if he bobbled it when he turned around and started to run. But this is the thing that just really haunted them last week. Drop passes. This is a well-thrown ball. Just a little dink. Catch it first. Put it away. See, he just never gets control of that football. They were fortunate. Boy, that will help a quarterback when you catch those balls that you're expected to catch.
David, back-to-back mistakes for South Carolina. The offside on 2nd and 1. Now a drop pass brings up 3rd down and 6. Pinkins in that shotgun. Try again for Kenny Irons, and doesn't seem to be working for number 22 at this point, and South Carolina will have to punt it away.
Well, I was watching Blackstock that time, number 56, the linebacker. He's on Travell Wharton, 68. I mean, they're going to have a war out here on the outside, keeping the outside. Good hand strength there. You see Wharton using those big hands, pushing them off. Blackstock needs to use that speed around the corner.
Josh Brown punts it away to Marcus Hagans. High kick, really good coverage kick. And the Cavaliers put it on the turf, but I think Hagans recovered his own fumble, and it will be Virginia football. South Carolina off to an early 3-point lead. We've got a long way to go in Columbia. Back after a word from your local station. 7:55 to go in the opening quarter from Williams-Brice Stadium. Dave Neal along with the other Dave, Dave Rowe, and Dave Baker down on the sideline. Last time that Virginia had the football, Anthony Martinez threw the interception to Lance Laurie. They'll try it again, starting at their own 30. Miller was in motion. Here's the pitch to Pierman. Let's go down to Buzz with our Alltel sideline connection. Buzz?
Thanks, Dave. You know, Chris Cox, the new defensive coordinator, he's gone to the 4-3 scheme. He believes that there's three things that his defense has to do to be successful. Number one, they got to stop the run. They've been able to do that so far. Create a turnover. They've already gotten one, and they've got to eliminate the explosion plays. That's what Lou Holtz was concerned about. Let's see if now on Virginia's third series, they might take a chance of maybe taking one up over the top.
I think he's getting exactly what he wants, Dave.
Big play again defensively by South Carolina. Demasha Jackson puts the hit on Marcus Hagan. And that might have lost a yard. That'll bring up third down and 8.
Dave, if there's one early thing that I see in the game, it's the emotion of South Carolina's defense. They are really coming. I mean, they're flying to the football wide open. They're not taking any prisoners in this game.
And off to Spearman, the junior from Charlotte, North Carolina. Preston Thorne, the nose guard, makes the stop for South Carolina, and Virginia has to punt it away again.
Well, it's a good inside play. They tried to trap, and look and play across the trap. That was Thorne playing across the trap. And when you come up in there, you've got to just lock down in there. There's Garrison, number 33. He's the strength in there. He's got to stop that lead blocker.
Tom Hagan to punt to Demetrius Summers. Summers, the true freshman from Lexington, South Carolina. Here comes the block. And Summers will have a fair catch, and that's where South Carolina will take over a 39-yard kick. The Gamecocks tried to create something on special teams and nearly got the block. They'll have the football when we come back. We're back in Columbia. Gamecocks getting set to take over. Demetrius Summers in the backfield for South Carolina. Muhammad in motion. The handoff to Summers. Ball's forward to about the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 5.5. Brennan Schmidt makes the stop for Virginia. And Summers, Dave, we were very excited to see him play because the coaches and everybody in this area is excited about him. He was a parade All-American, South Carolina high school all-time leading rusher at 9,076 yards and 127 touchdowns in his high school career, which is fourth all-time nationally. Wow. Pretty good resume. Let's try it again. Weren't many times in high school he got stopped for no gain. Hoffman and Schmidt make the tackle for Virginia. But here's a list of the top high school all-time rushers. Ken Hall, how about this? From 1950 to 53, still holds the record. He's from Sugar Land, Texas.
50 years ago. That's absolutely incredible.
Troy Fleming at Tennessee went on to play with a good career as T.A. McClendon, playing in the ACC right now as we speak. Timeout taken by South Carolina. Play clock is running down, and Dontrell Pinkins decides to use a timeout. 3-0. The Gamecocks on top of the Cavaliers. Back after this. We'll return after this message from the University of Virginia. Third down and 3 for the Gamecocks. Pinkins to throw. Drop again. That is the third drop pass today. Pinkins started 3 for 3. This time it was Mark Turner, usually one of the more reliable receivers on this club.
Well, coaches have said since the first day football started, look it in. Do not turn, try to run before you look the ball in. Turner knows he should have had that one. He's a big target. He's got good hands.
Josh Brown to punt for the second time. His first punt traveled 41 yards. That ball bounces out of bounds at the 42-yard line. That's where Virginia will take over. The coming to the University of Florida next Saturday. If you're in Gainesville for the Florida A&M game, check out Alltel's huge interactive display where you can make free local and long-distance phone calls on the new Alltel cell phones. 340-inch plasma screen televisions keep tailgaters up to date on all of the day's sporting events. Plus, there will be other fun interactive activities. Alltel's touchdown and tailgate tour coming to an SEC stadium near you. Dontrell Pinkins trying to find somebody who might catch a football for him. Weeks around the left side, powers his way across the midfield stripe, about 2 yards shy of the first down. Harris and Crawford finally bring him down for South Carolina.
And Dave, for Martinez, the quarterback, the jitters are over. Now you're into the flow. Now you're starting to take control. You're getting rid of all the butterflies. Now you go out and do what you do best. That's run the football. Give it to Lundy. Give it to Weeks. Find Pierman. Just start pounding that football. Use that big offensive line up front.
Weeks stays in at tailback. Takes Luzar, the fullback. And Weeks falls forward. Probably got the first down. Needed to get to about the 47 and a half, and it looks like he made it. Marcus Lawrence in on the tackle for the Gamecocks, and that will be a first down.
Now, if you're in the South Carolina huddle, things have calmed down, too. You started this game with a lot of emotion. Now you've got to play with skill. You still want to play with that same exuberance, get to the football, fly there, but now you just need to buckle up those chin strap and get in there.
Couple of tight ends in the ball game for Virginia. Martinez to throw. Pass is caught, but for no gain. It's his tight end, Heath Miller. Well, Dave Martinez has shown he's got a great arm, but things really haven't gone his way yet.
No, other than that tight end connection, he threw the interception, and that really hurt his team, but his defense was able to stop. But I think they've had a lot of emotion out there. I think he's gotten over that. Now he's settling down a little bit.
3 of 6, 8 yards. He's a guy with a great arm. He was a tremendous baseball player. As a matter of fact, has been clocked with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Good pursuit from the Gamecock defense. Boy, Virginia really trying the left side of that line.
Now they're coming that way. It's called weak side formation. They're coming to the weak side of the formation, trying to get to the outside.
Our Hummer scoreboard sits on top of Ole Miss. That is the second quarter. How about Wake Forest on top of NC State? Ohio State over San Diego State. Can't count out this team of Deacons. They just beat Boston College last week. Virginia 1 of 3 on third down conversion. Nickel package for the Gamecocks. Set up a little screen pass to the near side. That'll be a first down, but a flag is thrown at the 39. Pierman dove for the first down and made it, but we'll wait on the flag.
Boy, I wonder if it was 75, Yarborough who clipped. He was trying to get out there. He was running hard, big center, trying to get to the play on just a strong dive out in front, clipped the defender. Boy, and that's terrible because his receiver took the football and he went around and made the first down. Again, see if we see 75. Yarborough is going to see him coming in here and watch him just stretching. Right in there, stretching. Oh, yep. That's clip all the way. Again, you see him left of your screen right there. Watch that clip. Yep.
Well, Virginia goes from a 3rd and 5, actually from a first down, to 3rd and 17 now. Last year, Virginia was the fewest penalized team in the ACC. They opened up against Duke with 11 penalties. Now they face a lengthy 3rd down. Martinez hit as he throws. He got popped. It looked like Lance Lawrence came, and Marcus Lawrence, Jeffrey, the middle linebacker, came in and put the pressure on the quarterback, Chris Kosh, happy with his defense. What's up with your quarterback, redshirt freshman quarterback at a 3rd and 17?
And then you go with no backs in the backfield. You've got all wide out, and you get a blitz.
Well, Hagan will punt it again to Demetrius Summers. Wobbly kick. Summers will have plenty of time to field it. Summers nowhere to go. Great coverage from the Cavaliers. Everybody filled their lane.
tremendous amount of emotion.
That interception today. Last week they had 3 turnovers. Recovered 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and an interception. The pitch to Summers. Nowhere to go. Just as good as South Carolina's defense has been, so has Virginia's. They have matched them toe for toe, punch for punch today.
Nowhere to go on this play. You just run out of room. You're trying to follow the big blockers up front, but you can see the hesitant type of running. And the white shirts are there, and they just stick them and roll them over. Excellent play there.
Ahmad Brooks, Jermaine Hardy. How about this linebacking core for Virginia? They all can run a 4.5 or better 40, and they all bench press over 350 pounds. Pump fake. Pinkett goes up top and threw it right into the hands of a Virginia defensive back, but it falls out of his arms. That's Jermaine Winborn, the senior from Chesapeake, Virginia. Pinkett was looking for Matthew Thomas, and it was just not a good pass.
Well, this is a hitch and go in Virginia. Excellent coverage right there. Defender in great position. That's Winborn. He's got excellent position. Now, again, watch the way he throws the football. This is what's amazing. You see the laces on it right there? He doesn't hold. He's the only quarterback, Dave, I've ever heard of that doesn't put his fingers on the laces. Wherever the ball is snapped to him, that's the way he throws it. They said, hey, we tried to get him to throw with the laces. Didn't work.
South Carolina receivers can't catch it, nor can the Virginia defensive backs. And Pinkett finally said, I don't think I want anybody to even drop one. Overthrew his receiver by about 5 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down, and South Carolina will now punt again. It is a punt fest in Columbia. If you love punting, we got it.
Punting expert. But, you know, just to follow up to your comment about the linebackers, when I watched film this week, they were amazing. Gosh, they're big, they're strong, they play their keys really well. I wonder if Al Grove, because he was a defensive player, a linebacker coach in the pros, I think every linebacker wants to go there.
He was the guy that had a chance to coach Lawrence Taylor with the New York Giants. Brown with a good punt. That'll be a flag. That did not work very well. Ball falls free inside the 20, but there is no halo rule in college football, but that was a violation on the street. He would have been arrested for something like that.
Hey, you got to at least let him try to catch it.
Ike Crowfoot, the long snapper, the freshman.
I thought at first had a doubt. Nah, took it away. No doubt on that one. And Lou Holtz right away grabbed him.
Interference with the opportunity to catch a kick. 15 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
But Dave,
Matt Schaub watching intently on that sideline, and last year, incredible numbers. And here's a guy that got benched in week number 2 for 4 performances, and then he came back as man on a mission. Look at his completion percentage. That is unbelievable. I don't care if you're playing pee-wee football. That is unbelievable. He had a 4-to-1 ratio, touchdowns to interceptions. That's what they're missing today on this field. Gets a couple on the play. Dave, this is one of those games that's suited for you, because this is where I'm going to use your quote here. This is just a lot of big man on big man.
well, they're playing really well. And here's what's happening, Dave. They're not getting blocked on the line of scrimmage. They're getting to the football.
That is the end of the first quarter. South Carolina on top of 15th-ranked Virginia. Back to Williams-Brice Stadium in second quarter football after this. You in part by Hummer. We move to the second quarter. Virginia trying to get on the board. Second down and 8 for the Cavs. And it will be third down and about 9 after Alvin Bierman was stopped by Marcus Lawrence, the guy who had a dozen tackles last week in the opener. Our Gatorade first quarter stats. Hey, the time of possession was even.
I know. Look at that 9-yard pass. 9-yard pass. That's not going to get it, especially when you're not running the football. It'd be different if you were picking up first downs by running the ball. They're not. what Pearman saw that time was actually, that's the first time I've seen South Carolina overplay the ball and open up that backside seam. He saw it. The point of attack was about the 4-hole off the right guard. He cut it back and picked up the big yardage.
Well, that'll bring up fourth down. Apparently they are about a foot and a half, 2 feet shy of that first down mark. Virginia's going for it. Why not? In that gray zone territory. And your defense has played awesome today, so I really think they have nothing to lose here. Once again, a couple of tight ends. To the outside. Pearman has plenty of running room inside the 20. Run out of bounds at the 4-yard line. And Pearman nearly took it for 6, a gain of 34.
Well, South Carolina guessed inside, and they guessed wrong. Look at this. Everybody's stuffing down inside, and when Pearman gets it, he looks to the outside. He's got Brown. He picks up a good block by Brown on Wilson, and he's off to the races down the sideline. That's the second good adjustment by Pearman in the last 2 plays running the ball.
Pearman only 13 carries. Last year had 6 in this game. For 56 yards. First and goal for the Cavs. It's Pearman. Touchdown. Nobody touched him.
Boy, he's been hiding. Let me tell you something. This is not a hard run, but it's a great adjustment when he's running. He makes it look simple. He starts inside. You see him do that little jitter-jatter step where he just gets back outside. Watch him as he just makes this little stutter step right in there. See him now, he gets it back out to the outside, sees the daylight, and runs to the daylight.
Well, Pearman, a guy that tore his ACL versus Penn State last year, missed the last 5 games after leading the team in rushing back in 2001, point after it was up and good by Connor Hughes. So I would say that Pearman's back, folks. He's healthy, and the Cavs are loving it. They're up by 4. Well, that was an impressive series for the Cavaliers on the ground. 47 yards in 2 minutes, and of course, the 4th down conversion. 4th and 1 went for 34 yards. Alvin Pearman.
That's what coaches will do. You know, Dave, as well as I do. When the pass is not going well, you go back to the basics. They're a strong football team. They've got a stable back there of running backs, and they just said, hey, we're going to run the football, and they did on that series.
Kurt Smith. Lookout Mountain, Georgia kicks off for Virginia. And Gamecocks will take it at the 20-yard line. At what point, Dave, if you're Dondrell Pinkins, do you get frustrated? I mean, you've thrown some good passes, and your guys haven't caught them. And then we saw him go up top a couple of times, and they went incomplete. But they talk about him being in control and being confident, but I got to think that wavers on you.
Oh, I can promise you. I've been around a lot of quarterbacks, and you do lose your confidence. You know, we always talk about go-to guys, that guy that will catch. Who's his go-to guy? Right. Everybody's been dropping him. But I can promise you the coaches on the sideline are getting their attention.
Well, he started 3 for 3. He is now 0 for his last 5, including 3 drop passes. This one is caught by the tight end, Hart Turner, at the 30-yard line. Ty Parham makes the tackle. Another one of those freshman linebackers for Virginia.
One of the things that really amazed me as I was watching him this week is how easy he throws the ball with great velocity. He throws a stick in there, and you see Turner come down with it. Look at this. Come off the line, throw it high. Turner's a big target. Turn, pick up the yardage. That'll give him a little bit more confidence.
First down and 10 for South Carolina. They will say that Summers was down before the ball came loose. Let's check in with Buzz on the sidelines and number 56 in white today.
No coincidence that Darrell Blackstock is in number 56, Dave. When he came to Virginia, Al Grove, who coached LT with the Giants, said, son, this is your number. He's a guy that has always been known as a great pass rusher, but Al Grove believes he can really be a great linebacker as well. And this year, as good as tools as he had before, he's put on 20 pounds, and they say it's all muscle.
He's one of those players, Dave, when you look at him, you go, wow, he just sticks out on a film.
Troy Williamson on a reverse. It's 4 on the play. I'll bring up third down and short. Third and a couple probably for the Gamecocks. Williamson, a sophomore out of Jackson, South Carolina.
And interesting, just for me, an observation. When I watched Pinkins last week, he took the ball a lot of times and made it all by himself. Put that football out and ran with it. It's his option to come up the line of scrimmage, change the play. I was looking for him to run a lot more, be that little elusive type quarterback, run the football.
Well, on third down, 2.5, maybe 3. The Gamecocks will try to convert their first third down. A lot of time for Pinkins. Being chased, fires, and it's picked off. Almondo Curry brought down at the 45-yard line in Gamecock territory. Dondrell Pinkins had to look right through 22 and white.
I thought to myself, run the football. Watch the time he has. Run out here. Run to your left or right. Make somebody miss. But he zeroes in right here, and you're going to see 22 Curry. Just read him. Look at this. Just comes right in front, right to quarterback's eyes. Curry plays a lot bigger than that 5'8" stature.
Virginia. Now after the 14-yard interception return in South Carolina territory. Martinez to hand it off. Here's Pierman. Just a couple on the play. For the best deals on cars, trucks, and SUVs, visit your local Toyota dealer today. Dave, Virginia last year offensively, in terms of total numbers, were last in the ACC, 357 yards a game, and you wonder how they win 9 games. Well, because of turnovers. They weren't penalized very much, and they were plus 15 in the turnover department. Martinez, he has time, throws near side, pass incomplete, looking for Pierman out of the backfield.
And Dave, to add to your point, how many times have we been in coaches' conferences when they turn around and say turnovers, biggest thing in the game? The NFL has a percentage, if you are in the plus turnovers, where you get more than you give away, you will win a certain percentage of the game, and it holds true all the way up until you dominate in those. So it's a very important part.
Buzz, what do you got?
Remember what Skip Holtz said yesterday? He said when he left Connecticut, they charted their games. Every time they won the turnover battle, they won. Every time they lost the turnover battle, they lost.
Right now they're even, but trail on the scoreboard. Martinez under pressure. And he will run out of bounds about 8 yards shy of the first down stick, and so Virginia will punt it away.
Watch this. Well, watch the pattern when the quarterback drops back. There's nobody to go to. His short pass is covered right in here. He's trying to go right in there. He doesn't see that. So now he's going to come to the weak side. Look out here. And when he does, Shropshire, number 57, is coming along the line and forces him out. That's what happens when you pick out a receiver that you want to go to and you just decide it. You've got to be able to scan the field.
Tom Hagen back to punt. Dante Robinson back to return the kick for South Carolina. This kick sails out of bounds. This will be interesting to determine where it went out of bounds. Hagen looking intently. And it went out of bounds at the 21-yard line. South Carolina crowd thought, well, they thought it should be further up the field. We'll be back after a word from your local station. Field goal from Daniel Weaver, and have been very quiet since then as the flag is on the play. Jeff Barnes, it looks like the left guard might have hopped up.
Fire the snap. False start on the offense. 5 yards, first down.
So now South Carolina will be looking at a 1st and 15. Lou Holtz has given up play calling. He has turned over the reins completely to his son Skip, the offensive coordinator. Here's a little screen. Dropped again. Dacus Turman, the sophomore out of Washington, Georgia, the man who dropped it this time.
Let me ask you, are you allowed to use stickum like we used to use in the NFL? This ball, I mean, he's had 5 drops in this game. Look at that ball is thrown as well as you can throw it. It's out in front of him where he's going to turn. Watch this. He's got to turn to catch it. Now, he's got blocks. I mean, hey. I'd have my receivers over on the sideline. I'd be saying, listen, can anybody catch the ball? If you drop another one, you come over here and sit down. There's got to be somebody that wants to see if they can catch a football.
Nickel package in for Virginia. Second and 15. Pinkins fires out of bounds. Just threw that away, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 15 now.
Well, actually, that's a smart play. He only had 2 wideouts deep. He brought his tight end out in the flat. He was going to one primary receiver. He wasn't there. You throw it out of bounds. That's what he should have done the last series. Now, 3rd down, 15. Don't force the football.
There's Skip Holtz, his quarterback. He's 1 for his last 9, 4 of 12 overall. It's not all Pinkins' fault. Pressure comes. He gets hit. Pass caught by Williamson. And Williamson only gets a couple of yards. Virginia brought the heat and caused disruption.
Well, Virginia brought a lot of heat, and it comes right up the middle. Watch right up in here. They're going to come right up in the middle, try to force the quarterback. You see him, he's on the run already. Now, nobody to block him. Got to get rid of that football. The cushion is that he gets a little bit because he's in that shotgun formation, so he sees it coming. But no time to throw that football. Good call by Virginia to get pressure on him.
Josh Brown to punt to Marcus Hagans. And this is not a good kick, but a good roll.
Man, that may be the roll of the year.
It was ugly, but effective. Hey fans, now is your chance to enter the Toyota Tundra Double Cab You Pick 'em football contest. Just go online at jpsports.com, click on the Toyota banner to register and pick the winners. Weekly prizes will be given to the participant with the highest point total. At season's end, a randomly picked grand prize winner to be revealed on December 8th will receive a new 2004 Toyota Tundra 4-door D-cab truck. The Toyota You Pick 'em football contest. Entrants must be 18 years of age or older and legal residents of the states of Florida, Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, or South Carolina. Wally Lundy back in the game after an impressive showing from Alvin Pierman in that backfield, and a flag goes flying as Lundy got about 5 on the carry. Teddy Crawford brought him down.
This may be holding. This may come all the way back against Virginia. I was looking downfield, and one of the wideouts looked as if he was down there, just kind of had someone wrapped up. I couldn't see exactly who it was, but it was 10 yards in front of the play.
It'll still be 1st down, but Dave, here's a look at this Virginia schedule, and one of our good buddies, Tim Brando, said that the Cavaliers were going to play in the national championship game. And one of the reasons that he said that was because their schedule is favorable. This is a big game for them. But their biggest test, I would say, there's some tests on there, but their biggest test doesn't come until October 18th against Florida State. I mean, this is a favorable schedule for a young football team.
Well, it's a favorable schedule for a quarterback that's hurt, too, when you're waiting for your first-team quarterback to get back.
Off to Lundy. Game tackling by the Gamecocks. We didn't see Lundy for a while. But for more on Wally, let's go down to the sidelines and buzz.
Good eye up there, Dave. What they're doing with Wally Lundy is they're still trying to spot him a little bit. He tweaked a hamstring in the preseason, retweaked it a little bit last week. It just causes some pain. It's not serious, not going to stop him from playing. But when he's not in the game, he's in nonstop motion over on an exercise bike that they have set up behind the bench. So they've got him back in. He's loose. He's ready to go. And looks like he's running well.
Lundy 5 carries for 18 yards today. Thank you very much, Buzz. Wondering where Wally went, but then Pierman was running so well, it's how quickly you forget, right?
It sure does.
2nd and 12. Martinez pass. Back to the line of scrimmage, caught by Weeks. But that got Nothing.
That's exactly what it got. That's just kind of like a confidence builder. Throw out to the flat. He needs to look downfield and midfield. That 30, probably about the 40, 45 yard line area. Look for that crossing pattern. Out the flats is not going to get it. Big down here. This could be really change the momentum. You're South Carolina, you get a stick, a hole, you're going to get the ball back with great field position.
Yes, Virginia has won the battle of field position the last 10 minutes or so. Here's a 3rd down and 12. Pressure coming. Martinez dumps it off. There's Lundy, gets a block. Lundy out over the 40, and he's about 7 yards shy of the first down stick. Tripped up on the play by Teddy Crawford, who already has 6 stops in this one.
Boy, Crawford is one of those guys. He's all over the place. He's cornerback. He's way back on coverage. He's number 8. You won't even see him in the screen. This is a little screen pass. Dump underneath. And when he runs and he comes out here, watch Crawford, number 8, come from nowhere. Cornerback, get up there, break down. He's not a big guy, but he gets in the way, makes those little nagging little tackles.
Crawford picked up a game ball for his effort last week in that Carolina 14-7 win. Hagan to punt now for Virginia. And Summers back to return for South Carolina.
South Carolina looks like they're coming after it.
Hagan gets it off. Summers lets it bounce. Inside the 5 it goes, and it's down. They'll spot it at the 1-yard line. Last week, Hagan had 5 punts go inside the 20-yard line. 2 of those went inside the 10. A 56-yard punt. South Carolina is backed up. South Carolina is back up at their 1-yard line. Couple of tight ends. Jenkins will throw it. Has his man. Troy Williamson, the speedster. Could he go 99 yards? Yes, he will. Touchdown, Gamecock. Are you kidding me?
Situation. I love when a quarterback takes a situation and makes it so positive. His offensive coordinator, Skip Holtz, said, hey, we're not going to sit back. We're going to throw the football, and he throws a strike to Williamson. Just a little in pattern. He had to beat one guy. No rotating zone over to it. Man, when he beat Willie Davis, that was it. He was gone.
As you might think, the longest play from scrimmage in school history.
And watch this, in pattern, right there now. He's got to beat one person right in there, and he does. That's Willie Davis, who comes over for it, and now it's just a track meet. This crowd is standing.
Well, in the media guide, it says Troy Williamson has big play and breakaway abilities.
Yeah, right. How about Jenkins? He had to run about 99 yards to say hello and say thanks. But hey, he didn't drop that one. It was a strike. It was a solid catch.
Montrell Pinkin's stats just got better in a hurry.
Oh, wow. But you know what? That's sometimes what you have to do, Dave, with a wide receiver. You bring him over there and you say, hey, listen, if you drop another one, we'll find somebody you can catch. Williamson caught it.
Well, that's a big play. For one guy sitting in a booth near us, Todd Ellis, the former quarterback here, and now the radio play-by-play man for South Carolina. Previously held the school record for the longest play. He and Robert Brooks teamed up for a 97-yarder against East Carolina back in 1988. Delphos kicks off, taken by Weeks in the end zone. Weeks still on his feet. Weeks run out of bounds at the 30-yard line. A nice return for the Cavaliers. For the best deals on cars, trucks, and SUVs, visit your local Toyota dealer today. Well, let's see how Virginia responds with their redshirt freshman quarterback, Anthony Martinez. This is a time where you really want that guy like Matt Schaub in the game, but they don't have him.
Absolutely don't have him. You got almost 6 minutes. You got a lot of time. You can take the starch at him. I'm really surprised that Virginia's not running that power with that big running back coming up in there. They had success with Pearman to the weak side. See if they go back to it.
Well, Pearman's back in the game now, but Martinez will throw. Rolls right. Looking. Will have to run it out of bounds. I don't think he got back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be close. But the clock stops at 5:50 before intermission.
Boy, that's just great defensive coverage. In the secondary, when you roll out, you limit yourself because you only got 1/3 of the field. There was nobody out there for him to throw to. Great coverage.
And they also said he stepped out 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They lost 4 yards. So that'll bring up second down and 14.
Boy, and don't think if you're a defensive lineman, you're not coming now. If you want to get a sack, now's the time. Second down, 14 yards to go.
And the crowd coming to life as well. Miller in motion. Here's the handoff. Here's your power play, Dave. Pearman still on his feet. Pearman lucky to get back to the 30-yard line. He basically did that by himself.
Yeah, they were going to run a sweep, and there were 2 missed tackles on the play. That's why he got back there. Thorne missed him for 1. Come along the line. He's got blockers out, but look, he's got nowhere to go. He's got to turn back up inside. Now, you're right. He makes that all on his own to get back up and save a few yards. But South Carolina, don't worry about the screen. Don't worry about the draw. Just get after him.
Virginia 1 of 7 on third down conversions. 5 wideouts that they gave for the Cavs. Over the middle, incomplete. Pearman wanted a flag, said he was tripped up. Rodriguez Wilson on the coverage for the Gamecocks, and the Cavs will have to punt it. Listen to this crowd.
Well, now all of a sudden with 5 minutes, you've got momentum and you're going to get great field position.
Hagan to punt again. Summers stands at his 28. Over in kick. It will not be returned. And Virginia will down it at the 28-yard line. Buzz, it is noisy where I stand.
Yeah.
How's it down there?
Yeah, you can figure it out. And it's interesting the role that emotion has played in this game, Dave. This South Carolina crowd was in a frenzy, so were the players when they came out to 2001. But then Virginia came out, and Al Groh took that professional approach that he talked so much to us about yesterday. His guys came out walking hand in hand in 2 lines. He's a very businesslike guy. He's been in a lot of noisy stadiums before, and one thing he won't do before the half is put that young quarterback in a situation where he might make a big mistake.
That is so true. He just needs to pick up some first downs. Busiest man on that Virginia team's been their punter, Tom Hagan, so far. Pinkins keeps it, picks up about 4 on the play. Ahmad Brooks makes the stop for Virginia. Brooks had 207 total tackles as a high school senior.
I thought it quite interesting what Al Groh said about freshmen playing. That they don't get a lot better when standing on the sidelines, and Brooks is one of those type players.
There's Brooks, who missed the tackle. Turman still on his feet. Across midfield and run out of bounds inside the 40. Ahmad Brooks had him for a 2-yard loss, and Turman turns it into a 20-plus yard gain.
I think it was Blackstock in there with Brooks. Both of them missed it. Right here, you got to bring them down. And look at this. If you're a quarterback, get out in front, get a block. And he does. Pinkins is downfield, gets a good block. Boy, this turns the emotion around. Because all of a sudden, you're going to bring up third down. Hey, Now they're moving the football. Can they get another score? 4 minutes left. Plenty of time.
A timeout taken by South Carolina. Dacus Turman called the timeout for the Gamecocks. And they will all come over and talk to their coaches, Skip and Lou Holtz. 10-7, the Gamecocks lead. We approach halftime. Well, there are 3 other big SEC games going on today involving non-conference opponents. Auburn tries to rebound at Georgia Tech. Oklahoma and, well, Alabama, they will do battle at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Last year was one of the best college football games of the season. Mike Shula trying to go 2-0 on the year. And then later tonight, Florida goes down to play the 3rd-ranked Miami Hurricanes. The Gators looking to break a 4-game losing streak to those Hurricanes. And just some notes from around the SEC. Shawn Williams, last year's SEC Offensive Player of the Week. Matt Malk coming off a broken foot a year ago. 3 touchdown passes in his return. And Arkansas opens up against Tulsa later on today. The only SEC team that did not play last weekend. So 1st and 10 now for South Carolina. Demetrius Summers in the backfield. Looks like he was trying to throw it and didn't have any room and pays the price. Ahmad Brooks led the charge for Virginia, but the Cavs all over it.
Well, it was great coverage. What you do in a play like this is you send one wide receiver out right there. That's where you're trying to make the fake. He comes out here. You can see it's outstanding coverage right in there. No place to go. So he has to eat the football. But that was passed all the way. Again, see him looking downfield right there. Oh, nowhere to go. Now you got Virginia. They react well. They get over there, bring them down for a loss.
Just a handoff. Dacus Turman gets a couple of yards. Probably back to the initial. Might have gained a yard past the initial line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 3rd down. Dennis Haley makes the stop.
Well, if I'm Skip Holtz and I'm in this situation, the offensive coordinator, I'm going to turn around and say, hey, look, they threw that in pattern. It went well. Why not go right back to that in pattern? Maybe use the other side, but again, throw that pattern, that little dart inside. They had great success with it.
South Carolina has yet to pick up a 3rd down conversion this afternoon. We'll try it here on 3rd and 8. Pinkett lofts it up. And a flag is thrown, looking for Mikhail Goodman. The former quarterback here at South Carolina turned receiver. Looked like he was held by Marcus Hamilton.
Boy, Hamilton had a few words from him, but he didn't see that yellow flag coming down behind him.
Joe Ryder, our referee.
Oh. An ineligible downfield and interference on the offense.
And that's why Marcus Hamilton had a few words.
Yes. Again, look to the left of your screen. See if we see it right in here. Oh, it's a push-off. Oh, that's an easy call. You can't do that. Goodman can't push off like that. That's what
Hamilton said. Hey!
Yeah. Look at him. Don't push off on me.
Okay. And I'm sure he said, Mikhail, now, in the rules of football, you're not really allowed to do that.
Yeah, right. I've been down there. They don't quite talk like that.
So Virginia takes the penalty, and that'll push South Carolina back. Those are Virginia coaches.
Yeah, Al Golden is right in there. See him there. That's the defensive coordinator.
How about the coordinators for Al Groh? Ron Prince, the new offensive coordinator, 33 years old. Al Golden, the defensive coordinator, he's 34.
Young. Yeah. What a fun man to talk to yesterday. Wasn't he great? Golly, he took, 45 minutes with us?
Good football mind.
Oh,
He's
wow. I loved it.
And boy, can he recruit some players.
Yeah, when you start saying, well, like Coach Lawrence Taylor, and you can be just like him.
3rd down and 23. A little slipstream. Guess what? It was dropped. Andre Hemphill.
Gosh, how did he drop that thing? It almost looked like a forward lateral. You just can't do this. This is that underneath split screen. You run your big lineman out and you come underneath. Now he's got the ball. Look at this. He throws it out 5 yards. Again, see the lineman running down there? You cut underneath him. You've got to look that football in. Think Skip Holtz was happy about that one? Nope. That's the first thing he said to us yesterday in our meeting. 10 drops last week.
Good high kick. Fair catch by Marcus Hagans. Well, Dontrell Pinkett last week, 16 of 34, 185 yards. If the receivers would have caught 10 of those, he might have thrown for 300 yards. And today he's been up and down.
Well, he's had pressure, he's had a catch, he's had an interception, and he's had a drop. He's had all the elements that you can have. But he also had a touchdown, and what a touchdown it was. 99 yards. That got the crowd going. Boy. Oh, that's brutal.
And you know what's funny? It's not funny, but the South Carolina, every time there's a drop pass, there's a buzz in here. People start talking. They're like whispering about drop passes. Here's the handoff to Pierman. He's got some daylight out over the 30, about a yard shy of the first down. Dante Robinson makes the tackle for South Carolina, but it's one of those things that's contagious, I think. Boy. I mean, you know, it gets in your mind.
Sure. It sure does. And Kim Anderson, our spotter's keeping it. Number of drops passed. But right now, Al Grove, the offensive coach, well, the head coach, he knows that 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes is a long time. He's got over 2 minutes left. A lot of time.
Pierman stumbles back shy of the 30-yard line. Lost a couple of yards. Before that carry, he had 75 yards in the afternoon. Now you can give him 73.
I'm surprised you got a yard. Look at this backfield penetration. Get your hands on him. That's Lance Laurie there. They've also had a lot of success with Marcus Lawrence, 46 in there, getting in the backfield. We talked about it yesterday. Defense is disruption. That's what you do. You disrupt the play.
3rd and 3 with 1:23 to go before halftime. Pierman cuts it back up the middle and gets over the 30, but he'll be shy of the first down. South Carolina has a timeout left.
Well, Dave, one thing that's been impressive about South Carolina today to me is the tackling. They're not falling forward. When they go down, they're going down. They're not getting that extra yard falling forward. That time, the difference between a first down and fourth down.
Dave, why not use a timeout and stop the clock?
I know. I was thinking the same thing, but I think Lou Holtz is happy just to go in. He's got a lot of momentum, but I think you're right. You know, you've got some timeouts left. Why not use them? Why not come with a block?
I just think you got some talent. A guy that Robinson back to return this punt. It's a high short kick. It bounces at the 38. And is down at 39, but you know they lost a minute.
That's exactly right. Instead of having 22 seconds, you'd have a minute and 22 seconds. That's a great point. And look at the field position. You're at the 40-yard line. You've only got to move the ball 30 yards, and you've got a chance for a field goal.
30-yard punt as Skip Holtz talks to his troops to go back on the football field with the Gamecocks leading by 3. Next week, we'll head back to Nashville, Tennessee, and get a good look at the Commodores, the young Commodores, and the Auburn Tigers, who take on Georgia Tech today. Carlos Dansby, one of the players that we will focus in on because he is awesome. He, along with Dontarius Thomas, a couple of great linebackers. That'll be next week, 12:30 Eastern. And Terman makes the handoff. And I'm frank about this. That shocks me that South Carolina is going to let this run out with what could have been another opportunity for points on the board.
Absolutely. I'm surprised, too.
Well, South Carolina will take the 3-point lead into halftime against 15th ranked Virginia. 10-7 is our score. And let's check in with Buzz.
Coach, a great defensive effort by your team in the first half.
Well, we did. We put them in a bad bind on 4th and 1, and we gave them 7 points. But our kids are playing hard, but it's only halfway. Offensively, we dropped a couple passes that hurt us, but they're a very good football team. It's going to be a struggle.
You said yesterday 5 or 6 big plays would decide it, and you got one down with your back against the goal line.
We got one. It was a great throw, great route. That was big. But then again, when we got down under 35, we couldn't capitalize on it. So we just have to keep after them.
All right, thanks, Coach. Best of luck. Second half, Lou Holtz and his South Carolina Gamecocks go to the locker room with a 10-7 lead here at Williams-Brice Stadium. We're back with more right after this.
SEC football is brought to you by Sonic Drive-In, by Bell South, by Taco Bell, and by Napa Auto Care Center. SEC football is being brought to you by Chick-fil-A, by Citgo, by Crystal, and by Advance Auto Parts.
You look at Sarge Fry Field, named after one of the most beloved people in the Gamecock family, Sarge Fry, who was the head groundskeeper in Columbia for South Carolina for the longest time, recently passed away. We certainly send out our condolences to the Fry and South Carolina family. Services held yesterday here in Columbia, but he will certainly be missed. A real true member of the Gamecock family. Let's check in with Dave Baker, who caught up with Virginia head coach Al Grove.
Coach, other than a couple of big plays, this has been a big defensive struggle.
Well, we thought this was going to be a real fight down here. We were planning on it. We were confident it was going to be a fight. We were right about that. We're also confident we can win the fight. That one play there just shows how one play can turn the game. We got the field position we want. We got the defense called that we want. We got the play we expected. We didn't play good enough to stop it. We got to do better than that.
Thanks, Coach. Best of luck second half. That's Coach Al Grove, Dave.
Wow, see, intense. Dontrell Pinkins, South Carolina quarterback. The other side, the redshirt freshman, Anthony Martinez. Neither quarterback had, eye-popping numbers, I guess is the best way to put it, but Martinez really has to get his team. I mean, the bottom line is you're the quarterback of the team. You got to make people feel comfortable. You got to get them rolling in the right direction. I don't think Virginia had that in the first 30.
No, they didn't. They had no huddle control. When you're a quarterback and you're in that huddle, everybody looks to you and they look to see if you're nervous, if you're scared, if you're worried, or what. You need to walk in there like you're 10 foot tall and weigh 400 pounds and say, okay, this is what we're going to do. That's what they need from Martinez.
Kick taken by Williamson. Williamson out over the 25 to the 28, and that's where South Carolina will take over. Pinkins, 6 of 15, 1 interception, 137 yards for the Gamecocks. Of course, the 99-yard touchdown strike to Troy Williamson, the man who just returned that kickoff. On the flip side of the coin, Martinez, 6 of 12, 1 interception, 17 yards total. Skip Holtz said this team, we asked him about the offense and what happened last week. He says, you know what, our guys practice with confidence, but they don't take it to the field. We got to get them to take it from the practice field to the game field.
One thing they had to talk about was drop passes. They come out running the football, trying to establish the run, but drop passes, that was horrible. But they can control the ball, run the football, get up in there. If they can pick up some first downs, it gives your offensive line a lot of encouragement. But Virginia's going to be tough. They're down, they're wounded, they've lost their star quarterback, and they're not moving the football. I can promise you it wasn't a great talk at halftime in their locker room.
Second down and 8. Pinkins, quick throw. Near side to Thomas. Matthew Thomas. You see the closing speed from that Virginia defense. Willie Davis came flying in there. The sophomore out of Wilmington, North Carolina. Davis, a guy that went to Laney High School. His name is Michael Jordan.
Well, missed tackles are what kill defensive teams, and you're going to see missed tackles. There's one. There's another one. Fortunately, Willie Davis gets over there. They've had 5 or 6 missed tackles. Can't have that. He breaks one more tackle, and he's going to run a long way.
Well, speaking of Laney High School, for South Carolina, this is strange. Hakeem Muhammad, the senior wide receiver, also from Laney High School. And that'll be another drop pass. Hart Turner, his second today. Hart does have a couple of catches.
Boy, you just got to catch this ball. This ball hits you in the hands. If it hits you in the hands, you got to catch it. Look at this. Coach tells you to look the football in, catch it away from your body. They've got their hands up. I'm telling you, I would think that it's just, man, it is amazing. I'd have been in that locker room. I want to tell you something. I'd have had those wide receivers over there, and they would have come out losing 20 pounds after I got done gnawing on them at halftime.
Josh Brown's punt taken by Higgins. Higgins has some room over the 40 to the 45-yard line. Good return for Virginia and pretty good field position to open up the second half. Well, football fans, register for your chance to win $1 million in the Bell South Kick for $1 Million contest. One lucky fan will be given the opportunity to kick for $1 million during halftime of the 2004 Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl in Atlanta. Log on to jpsports.com to register and then start practicing your field goals. Bell South, listening, answering.
Dave, if you're in Virginia's locker room, they're going to get back to the basics. You've got a quarterback that's not had a good first half for whatever reason. Throw little confident passes like that, run the football, move the chains.
Gain of 8 to Marcus Higgins. Rodriguez Wilson on the coverage for USC. Now, Higgins is a guy that last year played quarterback. When Matt Schaub was benched in game 2, the guy who got the start was Higgins. Higgins is a real playmaker, can run this offense, and we flat out asked Coach Groh yesterday, will we see him? And his response was kind of cagey, but he said, we do have a package. So if they stutter a little bit here, we might see Higgins behind center. Handoff goes up the middle, and that'll be a first down for Virginia inside the 40. Alvin Pyramid brought down by Rodriguez Wilson.
So you want to do things to gain confidence for your offense. That's both your offensive quarterback and your line. Nothing will gain confidence if you move those chains. That's what offensive linemen love. They love looking out there. They see the flag. It's first down. They say, just keep us a-going.
Lou Holtz never stops moving on that South Carolina sideline. Matter of fact, yesterday in his office, he never stopped moving because people were coming by about every 5 minutes. Martinez under pressure, and the big quarterback goes down. Brought down by Mo Thompson, the sophomore from Goose Creek, South Carolina.
Well, they say just keep on working. If you're a defensive player, just keep on working, and Mo Thompson does just that. He's not in. Look, he's blocked. He moves around here. He gets the quarterback. Now he almost loses him. Almost pulls the football out, too, but he just kept on working. I think he's not happy. That's the emotion that they played with in the first half. They need that same emotion in this second half.
Thompson, a freshman All-America last year, 52 total tackles. Chris Koch, the defensive coordinator, eyeing his Gamecock defense on a second down and 18. Martinez drops, fires. And his pass overthrows Ryan Sawyer, covered by Teddy Crawford, and that'll bring up a third down situation now for the Cavs.
And Dave, for Martinez, that's just a throwaway. I mean, he saw the pressure. South Carolina brought pressure late in his face, and he just threw the football away, threw it down there, but never had a chance.
Matt Schaub behind Coach Al Groh with the headsets on. Look at him over there. He's saying to himself, oh, if I could just be in there. This team was 2 for 11 on third down conversions last week. Today, 1 of 9. Here's another one. Pass is picked off at the 32. Jeremiah Garrison across midfield. The second South Carolina interception of Anthony Martinez this afternoon.
Garrison just is playing center field. He's playing the short drop. He's going to drop right back here in that zone right there. And look at this. The pass is right to him. He doesn't even have to move. He catches the ball right in stride. It was going to be a dump over the middle to the tight end. And look at there. Martinez never looks off his tight end. See, he's looking at him. He just throws it up. You've got to look to the backside to that coverage that's coming that way. That is a terrible day right there.
Here's Pinkins. Pinkins, 6'2", 245. I thought Corey Jenkins was a big quarterback last year. They eventually moved him to safety down the stretch, but they don't lose much with Pinkins in at quarterback in terms of size.
Boy, is he nimble, too. When I was watching him.
Boy, look out.
Yeah, Al Groh, you think he's not upset? Well, that was just a dumb pass. You just don't lock in on your tight end and allow a linebacker to step in front.
Second down and 5. Here's Pinkins. The big quarterback falls close to the first down marker. Probably be a yard shy. They'll spot it at the 38. Brennan Schmidt, one of the players on hand for Virginia.
And Dave, that play is an interesting play. It's from the shotgun, and what Pinkins does is they give him an option on that. He fakes it to the fullback. He reads the linebacker. If the linebacker crushes down inside, he keeps it, pulls it back out.
We talked about third down conversions for Virginia. Well, it's even worse today for South Carolina. 0 for 8. Pinkins had to get a yard and a half. Andrew Hoffman, Rick Beddison.
Well, that's a
converge for that tackle, Dave, but they'll give him the first down, but that's kind of a scary play if you're a South Carolina fan.
Exactly, a scary play. I mean, you're going from a shotgun. It's a quarterback draw all the way. Skip Holtz told us he needed patience. I don't know about that play.
Well, he had to, from the shotgun, he had to really pick up 6 yards from when he caught the ball from behind center.
Exactly. I mean, it's almost like a quarterback sneak from 6 yards back.
Nonetheless, 1st and 10. Here's the pitch. Terman could not turn the corner. Big hit. Jermaine Hardy led the charge, number 36 for the Cavs.
Well, this is just a well-played ball. When you come down the line, when the quarterback comes down the line right there, he's got to make a decision. Right there. He pitches the football back. Now watch, what you do is you turn and run right back down that line and make the tackle. You see what he does? Turns right back. He's in on the play. Outstanding play. That's the way to play the option. Be a part of it.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 now. Terman bouncing off a couple of calves down to the 20-yard line. The 230-pound sophomore out of Washington, Georgia, picks up the first down, but there is a flag.
Lou Holtz, he doesn't like any flag. The crowd doesn't like the flag either.
Boy, Lou is
he's mad.
chewing on some folks.
You want to get your attention? Just bring him over there. Puts both hands on his helmet, looks him right in the eye. Boy, and that's a huge penalty. It was going to be first down, Dave, what, on about the 21-yard line? Huge. Personal foul. Ouch.
Well, it's still first down. That's the good news if you're South Carolina. The bad news is you're back at the 36-yard line. If you're Virginia, you got to be loving that because the Gamecocks had some momentum going.
Yes, they did. That was a great run by Terman there. Bouncing off, breaking tackles down to the 20-yard line. Personal fouls, boy, that's what coaches don't like, because the coach, you always get to see the second guy who retaliates.
Demetrius Summers lines up in the backfield along with Pinkins, and he'll get the handoff. Summers, good hard run inside the 30 to about the 28. 7 on the carry.
Boy, I like the leg strength on that young man. Oh, not another flag.
There it is.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. You don't do that.
Well, if this goes against South Carolina, I wouldn't want to be that man, Key Muhammad.
I mean, you just make 8-9 yards on the play. You're going to have 2nd down and 1 inside the 33, 34-yard line. Look at Lou Holtz. Man, I wouldn't want to be standing next to him. Skip's not even next to him, his son. Nobody stands around Coach.
Let's see this. I wonder if this will be one of those double fouls.
Dead ball, personal foul. Yep, on the defense and on the offense. Well, that's a lucky one. Al Groh doesn't like that. I'll tell you this, his team plays with composure and control. You don't lose your head out there.
Boy, both coaches right now are at the boiling point in this tight contest. We approach 8 minutes. No damage done with the offsetting penalty. Second down. And that'll be a first down run from Demetrius Summers, the freshman from Lexington. Brennan Schmidt, the left end, brings him down.
Dave, one thing I liked about Summers that time, he's going into traffic. Curdled, just kind of huddled that football in there. Just kind of watch him put it in here, and when he gets into traffic, he wraps it up, puts that other hand in there. He knows they're going to be ripping the football out. Got both hands on it, picks up the first down, moves the chains. I know you were excited about seeing him.
Yeah, but Virginia's really defensed him well today.
Virginia's a good football team.
They have, I think, you know what happens? I think with their team speed, they'll do that to a lot of guys this year. There's a little swing pass, and once again, well played by this Cavalier defense. Newton was tripped up by Jermaine Hardy over there on the far side. This was a defense, Dave, that I was excited to see. I mean, they have all the tools in the world, and we're going to see most of these guys for the next year or two as well.
Yeah, outstanding team. Just outstanding personnel. And, you know, it's fun talking with Al Groh about his development of his team. He said, first you acquire the talent, then you develop the talent. Very in-depth perception from him about his philosophy.
He only has 2 seniors starting on this defensive club. The corners Curry and Winborn. Everybody else will be back. Pinkins. Pass dropped, but hard to say that blame that on the intended receiver as he was hit pretty hard. Brownlee got rattled as we look at the Aaron Rentz scoreboard. Ole Miss now back on top of Memphis. They trailed for the first half in that football game. Georgia and MTSU in a tight one in Athens. And Wake Forest over NC State. That would send ripples through the ACC. And watch out for the Demon Deacons. First BC, now NC State. Third down and 10. Pinkins to the corner of the end zone into double coverage. And it falls incomplete. And Lou Holtz will go for the field goal. Matthew Thomas couldn't catch up with the Pinkins pass.
Well, I don't like this pass. Not when you're going to throw it up just 20 yards downfield. Good rush that time. Get in, get pressure. But again, you're throwing that ball. Look at the number of white shirts in the picture. There's a lot of people coming to that football, especially when you're throwing it 20 yards downfield.
Daniel Weaver hit from 42, his first attempt on the opening drive for South Carolina. Now we'll try from 41. His career long is 43. The left hash. And he pushed it right. Daniel Weaver was suspended last week. They thought he might help their kicking game. He's 1 for 2 this afternoon. Today's game is brought to you in part by GMC. This actually turned out to be a gorgeous day for football. It's been so hot around the South. Temperature today probably maxing out around 80 degrees with a nice little cool breeze. Had a drizzle this morning, and South Carolina fans, all 80,000 of them, are enjoying the score. 10-7. Virginia, though, first and 10 from their own 24, and a flag down. Looks like a little movement on that offensive line. Ryan Barthelmess probably was the guilty party on that O-line.
Yeah, I always wonder why they don't identify them in college. You know, it's really easy. Every other sport, call a foul, it's on him. He strikes out. Hockey, they stick them in a penalty box. But football, they don't want to hurt their feelings, I guess, those offensive linemen.
So there are a lot of coaches, though, that are trying to get that changed, as well as the supervisor of SEC officials, Bobby Gaston. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that change. Fumble, but Pearman falls on it back inside the 15. Mo Thompson causing some havoc back there. He forced the fumble.
Well, Thompson had nobody on him on the play. This is just speed rush from the outside. He's got nobody out. Look, doesn't fight off anybody, and he gets a hand in there and rakes that ball out, and then reacts back. Got one of those sacks earlier. He's been coming off the football. They really like him, South Carolina.
Today, the redshirt freshman Anthony Martinez, 7 of 15 for 25 yards and a couple of interceptions. He's backed up, looking at a second down and 21. Do you throw it?
Well, I think you have to throw it, but boy, you better be careful.
Here comes some pressure. Little screen to Pearman. And he stumbles at the 25. Alvin looked like he had a chance to pick up or get close to a first down. But Pearman has really had a heck of a game out of that Cavalier backfield today.
Well, we talked a lot about Lundy, but it's been Pearman in this game. He really opened up when he made this long run, got down there, then scores the touchdown. He makes great cuts on the ball. Look at this, back against the grain, picking up positive yardage. If he was hurt, how about this last one? Little screen pass to get his quarterback out of trouble. And if he doesn't slip right here, he's going to be near first down yardage.
Pearman has 195 total yards today, 80 on the ground, 15 receiving. And the timeout taken by Virginia. 10-7 South Carolina, back after this. Brought to you in part by Hyundai. Well, Dave, I've never seen this. Both teams they're combined 2 of 20 on third downs. Now, albeit they haven't had a lot of third and ones. They've been 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6s, and even worse than that. Like right now, it's 3rd and 8 for Virginia. Pass to the tight end, Heath Miller. Out over the 30, but he's 3 yards shy of the first down. Mo Thompson, the defensive end, playing all over the field.
I know. Watch Mo Thompson, 91. He's the defensive end. He's got him off the line. Look at him coming down the line. Boy, he can run. That young man can run. He's the defensive end. Great coverage. I didn't even know they had defensive ends in coverage.
Tell you what, Heath Miller came in with great numbers. Coaches love him. Even South Carolina coaches said this guy was a tremendous player, but Gamecocks have kept the tight end pretty much in check today. Funnel settle inside the 30. It's a 10-7 Gamecock lead. We've got 4:44 to go in the third quarter. We'll be back after a word from your local stations. Matt Shaw can only watch with a banged-up shoulder. As Coach said, he's on a week-to-week basis. He came down to travel with his club to help Anthony Martinez. Matter of fact, roomed with Anthony last night in the hotel, and Coach kind of joked about it. He said, yeah, Matt's going to hold Anthony's hand all weekend long.
Well, he needs to tell him something now. And, of course, on the other side, Chris Kosh, I don't know what that is. That's a lot of lines.
That says that means Mo Thompson gets free and make a play. Pinkins gets hit as he fires it wide open. Matthew Thomas back to the middle of the field. Tackled at the 48-yard line. Jermaine Hardy made the stop. First down, South Carolina.
I was just going to say that South Carolina does not need to get real conservative in here. Don't sit on it. So what do? They throw a pass to midfield. Great pass. Wide open. Broken coverage has to be broken coverage. Now, you don't want to give too much ground. Don't go too far back. Get that positive yardage. Super play by South Carolina. What a selection.
Hand off to Terman. Gets hit by Melvin Massey, the nose tackle. Total yards today. Virginia with 147, and Skip Holtz's club with 279 now. Last week, the USC offense had 326 total yards. Cavaliers opened up against Duke, and they had pretty good good numbers as well. They 373 for the Cavaliers. Little play action. Pass batted in the air. Daryl Blackstock, the 6'4" sophomore from Newport News, who had 10 sacks last year and 21 quarterback hurries, will get a quarterback hurry and a pass broken up.
Yeah, one of the things that I saw in the film that I watched last week again was that Pinkins throws a line drive. He doesn't have that high release. We talked yesterday with Skip about that, Skip Holtz. He said he just has to get that ball up higher and realize you can't throw through those arms.
3rd down and 7 for South Carolina.
Here they come.
And a quick hitter. And Troy Williamson wasn't watching as Pinkins had to unload in a hurry, as there were, at the time, 11 Cavaliers in the box right before the snap.
And you have to fault the receiver on this. Whenever you see those defensive backs come up in the line, and Williamson is the real fault on this, you've got to turn around, shorten your pattern real quick, look back to your quarterback and try to help him.
Josh Brown to punt. This is the 15th punt today for both of these clubs combined. Hagan's back to return it for the Cavs, standing at his 10. He will catch it, spin, and brought down at the 12. Tackle made by Fred Bennett, number 27. Well, our Chick-fil-A nugget of the game is about Lou Holtz. See where he stacks up among active coaches. 239, just moved into number 8 all-time in terms of coaching wins. He, of course, won that 1988 national championship with Notre Dame. He's the only coach to take 6 different programs to postseason bowl games in his 32nd year overall as a head coach. That's our Chick-fil-A nugget of the game, if you didn't already know that. Handoff to Pearman, gets right about the 15-yard line. Freddie St. Croix makes the tackle for the Gamecocks.
Freddie St. Croix makes the tackle for Carolina.
Today we talked about a defensive checklist for Chris Koch's defense, and here's what they've done.
Absolutely, and the big one, create turnovers. 2 of them there. Eliminate big plays. There haven't been any big plays. They have done that. Well, there's been 2 plays of more than 20 yards, I should say, but they really haven't had a real big play. But hey, stop the run. They've done everything. That's why they're in this football game. The turnovers on another one.
South Carolina's making the big plays, and who recovered it? How about 91 in red, Mo Thompson? A forced fumble, a fumble recovery, a sack to go along with 5 tackles. Not bad for your sophomore defensive end.
Big players make big plays, and none bigger than this. Turnovers. You've got to get that football back. Give great position. Look at this. Penetration in the backfield. You can see him just ripping for the football. Man, that is a super play. Great. Look at the number of red shirts in there. 2 or 3 guys could have made that fumble recovery.
1st and 10 Gamecocks. Big hit at the line of scrimmage. That came from Willie Davis, but Turman fell forward and got it close to the 5.
Dave, in this situation, you can't make a mistake. You're in a tight ball game. Your defense is playing strong. You've got to come away with points, and they're not going to settle for a field goal here. Field goal does not really help them. They need a touchdown.
2nd down and 5. There's Turman, touchdown Gamecocks! David Turman's first touchdown this year. And
Now look at him. Just put those feet down, keep on turning and getting in there. And how about Lavelle Wharton? They run to his side. The big man, number 68, just clears it out in there. Levy, he's another one in there, number 78. Look at the center reaching strong side. It's like a wave of red shirts, and you just find that little seam. Well, this is what you call controlling the line of scrimmage, driving them off the line. All the white shirts have all standing up. They're not down in their position hitting. Result 7 points. That's a big one right there.
Big Travell Wharton on that bench. For more on him, let's check in with Buzz.
You know, Dave, he's one of 6 Outland Trophy candidates from the SEC. He's already got his degree. He's a guy that's worked hard on and off the field. And in the South Carolina media guide, some guy named Dave Rowe compared him to Art Shell. Now, I wonder if that means that Art Shell won a lot of those battles in practice with the Raiders, or was that based on game performance?
That's based on game performance. Let me tell you, with Art Shell, you just take care of the left side of the line of scrimmage, and now look, you guys here, we're going to coach you over there.
Well, South Carolina now +2 in the turnover margin today, and they've taken advantage to lead by 10. Kickoff return by Davis out of the end zone. Willie Davis, the safety, looking pretty good with the football in his hands, out over the 30 to the 35-yard line. The announcers for this game are selected and compensated by Jefferson Pilot Sports. This broadcast is a copyright presentation. Any use of this broadcast without the express permission of the Southeastern Conference and Jefferson Pilot Sports is prohibited. We are in Columbia, South Carolina, Williams-Brice Stadium, the 15th-ranked Cavaliers and the Gamecocks. The 3 days with you. I'm Dave Neal, along with Dave Rowe and Dave Buzz Baker down on the sideline. Glad you could join us on our second week of SEC football on Jefferson Pilot Sports. Virginia trying to move the chain. 4 first downs today, and Wally Lundy is back in the game, and he takes the handoff, picks up about 6 on the play, and boy, I tell you what, I think Wally Lundy is a little bit banged up today. I mean, I know Pearman's had a great game, but Lundy's a guy that, you know, I mean, you look at what he did a year ago.
Oh, yeah. He had to be nicked in our, you know, we were talking in here and just in between plays, and I think Lundy, he has just not responded. He's got to be nicked up. That little, what was it, hamstring, I think, that Dave Baker told us about. I just think he's just not running at full speed. But you have to credit Pearman for picking it up for him.
Lundy, 6 carries, 25 yards today. Get another carry. Lundy falls forward and will pick up the first down. Just the 5th first down for Virginia today.
And Dave, when you can't pass the ball, what happens right now? When you can't pass the ball, you've got everybody up on the line. Your linebackers are up on the line. You see them filling. Everybody's sliding along. Your quarterback, there's Crawford, number 8. He's 2 yards off the line of scrimmage. They are not worried about the pass right now. They can crowd it. There's Chris Koch, the defensive coordinator. He's saying, hey, we're going to crowd the ball. If he wants to throw it, let him go ahead and throw it.
The first Cavalier first down this half. And here's Wally Lundy. Falls to close to midfield. Jason Keepers on the stop for South Carolina. Now, you know, Lundy's a guy that had 58 receptions last year, the second leading receiver coming back for this club. He was the only player in the ACC to finish in the top 10 in rushing and receiving. He led all freshmen in the nation in total yards with 1,670. And, I mean, he is one of the most versatile backs I've seen come along in a while. And remember, he did all that last year as a freshman.
A wonderful personal story. He was raised by his grandmother when both his mother and father died at early ages.
Here's Lundy. Tripped up, a nice tackle from Teddy Crawford. 8 stops down for the cornerback.
Boy, Teddy Crawford, he has been active out there. He's not big, 5'10", about 180 pounds, but watch him come up on Lundy. You got to come up, and what you do if you're a defensive back, shoot at those legs, take those legs out. Boom, down he goes.
You know, you look at Wally Lundy right there, just to finish off our story on him. He was 13 years old. He nearly died, Dave. He was in the hospital for a while. Scar tissue was blocking his intestines, and the doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong with him. But they finally finally figured it out, and he is healthy enough to come back and be one of the great players in the ACC. That'll do it for the third quarter. And it's a good one in Columbia. This one looks like it'll be as good as a year ago. South Carolina leads Virginia 17-7.
14-7, South Carolina leads Virginia as we begin the fourth quarter of play. DeAndre Island, cornerback who's played a lot for South Carolina in this big defensive effort today, got his bell rung a few minutes ago. They do not know whether he'll return or not, Dave.
Thank you for the update, Buzz. Third down and 4 for the Cavaliers. With play action, Martinez will throw. Has some space and runs out of bounds 3 yards shy of the first down. Third quarter stats look like this. Wow, 43 yards passing for Virginia, 162 for South Carolina, but 99 of that came on one play.
But Dave, look at that, 43 yards passing. And now the threat of passing is over. I mean, they're not even worried about passing now. They know they're going to run the football.
And, you know, a year ago, they averaged 230 yards a game through the air, 32 touchdowns against 8 interceptions. I mean, it's a vital part of their offense. I mean, they are a multi-dimensional team that can run the football, but they're much better when they can pick up some first downs.
Well, you know, that third down conversion has been so horrible for both teams. That actually starts on first down. When you only pick up 1 or 2 yards on first down, that makes you 2nd and 8 plus. Then you pick up a couple yards and you're in 3rd and 6, 7 yards.
Virginia take the delay of game penalty. Our mic not working down on the field. Our referee, Joe Ryder. Joe, very good at his non-verbal communication skills.
Yeah. Yeah. Non-verbal communication. I like that.
And based on Matt Schaub's non-verbal communication skills, he's a very frustrated quarterback right now, not being able to take some snaps. Tom Hagen back to punt for the Cavaliers. Dante Robinson calls for the fair catch at the 20-yard line, and that is where the Gamecocks will take over. This South Carolina defense has held Virginia to just 108 yards since the first quarter. They'll try to take that defense next week into Athens, Georgia, and shut down the Bulldogs, David Green and company. That'll be a good one in Athens, Georgia. Matter of fact, our statistician today, Karen Blackman, will be heading to Athens and not joining us in Nashville for Auburn and Vanderbilt. Jeez, Karen, expected more out of you. Good carry from Turbin. Picks up about 6 on the play out over the 45-yard line. They spot that at the 27, so
Dave, this is the time when you start trying to take some seconds off that clock. Early in the fourth quarter, you've got a 10-point lead. You've got a running back right now, Turman, who's picking up 6, 7, 8 yards. Move the chains. Don't do anything fancy. Don't force the football, and don't make a turnover.
Hankins, the 250-pound quarterback, picks up a Carolina first down over the 35. Willie Davis, who's giving up about 60 pounds, made the tackle.
Well, that's that option play. You see right there, he takes it back on this way. He keeps it and goes back against the grain. He's reading the outside linebacker. If he crashes down, he keeps the football. And watch Blackstock. He's going to come down inside. See him come down inside. He gets locked inside, and he's going to run right on by him.
Art Turner with a nice block tight end. Here's Turner. Out over the 45 to midfield. That'll be a first down.
I was looking at those big linemen helping him up. I like Turman. I'll tell you right now. He's short. He's stocky. I like that leg strength when he runs in there. He's got good vision into the hole. And he keeps those legs going. And he's not one of those backs that's going to get flipped over on his back. He's going to fall forward for that extra yard or two. I just keep giving it to him. Don't try anything different.
Sherman gets a couple on the play. Ahmad Brooks with his 5th tackle today. I think Sherman might be getting a little winded right now, hands on his hips.
Oh, yeah, that's all effort. But you know what's interesting there? Brooks had him about 2 yards in the backfield. He still made a yard on the play. That's that great leg strength.
Sherman now with 96 yards on 14 carries. Lou Holtz has to be happy with his running game at this point. Sherman inside the 40, over 100 yards today, and another Carolina first down. Raymond Mann makes the tackle for the Cavaliers. And he went untouched, it looked like, for 10 yards of that.
Watch this, top of your screen. You're going to see a big hole. Look at the red wave. They're pushing him off the line of scrimmage. Herman just puts that shoulder down. Again, nothing fancy. This is easy to call. Just give it the 20. They haven't stopped him 6, 7 plays in a row. I know he's getting tired.
He keeps moving those legs. Chunks of yardage at a time for Dacus Turner. Sherman, the sophomore out of Washington, Georgia.
Boy, he's running through tackles. He is just running through tackles. They're hitting him on the line of scrimmage. Look at this. He gets hit right there. He's running through. Get out of my way.
All right, I don't want to say this. He's probably stretching it right now.
Okay.
Because he's not exactly Herschel Walker. But remember, he did break Herschel Walker's Georgia high school record for rushing yards in a season 2 years ago. There's Pinkett off the left side now. That's a first down. Darrell Blackstock with the tackle for Virginia. You know, Dave, one of the things that concerned the South Carolina coaches wasn't really a concern, but it was a topic, and that was Nondrell's game management. How would you assess it today?
Oh, I think he's done a really good job. He got that strike out there when he needed it. He's not been spectacular with the numbers, but he's not thrown that bad ball. He got away with an interception where he threw it, made a mistake. But again, he's had good control. He's been a leader out there. You just see him walking with a little bit more pride. And when you got a running back that can run like that, hey, he can make anybody look good.
To the end zone. Thomas was the intended receiver, and it fell right through his hands. Coverage from Armando Curry out of Hampton, Virginia. They like to call him Muffin.
Well, I thought Thomas was going to come down with this ball. Good time here, late pressure coming on him, but he throws the strike, and Thomas is down there. Watch this. He's got inside position. He's got a defensive back that's only 5'8". They call him Muffin, and he doesn't come down with it.
I think it's 9 of 24, 162 yards, a TD and an interception. And here's the 9th play of the drive. Turner is turning his feet inside the 20. Blackstock and Davis finally bring him down.
And Dave, the thing I like about him, and I was talking about earlier, watch when he gets hit. Watch his legs. Just watch his legs. There he gets hit. Now look at him. See those legs just churning, digging. Put that other hand over top of the ball. He's going down.
Dave, I watched Sherman come off the field, and hopefully he's not hurt, maybe just tired, but he was begging for somebody to come and get him. You know, the guys tap on their helmets to come get me. And he will head to that South Carolina bench. Let Dontrell Pinkett pick up the first down.
Boy, and let me tell you what this does emotionally for a team. For the offense, you're all smiles. Everybody's coming out there just laughing. Those big linemen love it. If you're on defense, they're all standing around with their hands on their hips. What's going on? They're tired.
Buzz, what do you got?
We kept hearing so much yesterday about we can't pound these guys from the South Carolina folks, and they were afraid they were going to get pounded. Boy, this is just old classic football, just knocking them out of the way and creating that space.
Dave Rowe loves this kind of game. Handoff goes to Corey Ford, the true freshman from Orange, New Jersey.
You know what? You're supposed to, when you hit a guy, and you hit him on the line of scrimmage, you're supposed to take him down, but Boyd refused to go down that time. When he got hit on the line of scrimmage, he still even broke for 3 or 4 more yards. Everybody's getting yards after contact.
Well, this is certainly could be a game-changing drive. It's eating up a lot of clock. They're gaining a timeout will be called. On this drive, 11 plays, 10 of them have been on the ground.
Lou Holtz has turned this offense over to son Skip. He has engineered this masterful drive. He hadn't had any script. He took that timeout, and you might be wondering why, because it actually gave his team a chance to catch their breath. He knows how important it is not only to score here, Dave Neal, but to score a touchdown.
And that's what they're looking for. Dacus Turman back in at tailback on 2nd and 5. Here's Turman. Stood up and popped. Darrell Blackstock led the charge. Then Willie Davis came in. And Turman now stopped for the first time on this drive.
Yeah, he is. He couldn't break to the outside. 2 on him. But I was wondering what would have happened if Pinkins had kept that ball. When he handed that ball off, man, he looked out there at that bootleg, and he was wide open.
12 plays in this drive. Skip Holtz said that he needed to have patience on long drives. You can't just go for the jugular after 6 or 7 plays. You got to be patient. Well, they've been very patient, but would love a touchdown. Here's Pinkins. Turman leads, and look at the big quarterback drive for a touchdown. That's 250 pounds of quarterback getting it across the goal line.
When he gets in there, he carries them into the end zone. Look at Skip Holtz. My, oh my.
Weaver's point after is good. And I believe South Carolina is enjoying the festivities at Williams-Brice Stadium. Brought to you in part by Chevy Trucks. 24-7, Virginia trailing on the road in the 4th quarter. And that was a painful drive. One of those that just never seems to end if you're a Virginia player or fan. Joey Bowers, by the way, kicking off for the Gamecocks. His first kickoff today. Franklin and Weeks back to return the kick. And the Cavs let it sail into the end zone. And Franklin rolled down it there. Well, the Jiffy Lube well-oiled machine scoring drive was the last one. Talk about well-oiled. 13 plays, 80 yards. It ate up 6 minutes. Capped off by this Pinkins 6-yard TD run. And how about this? Skip Holtz is about as excited as you will get. Do you think Lou likes it? Absolutely. But Dave, 13 plays, 12 of them were on the ground.
Oh, absolutely. And you said it. That's the can't. Oh, man, when you go in, you got a quarterback.
Want to.
That's just want to. I mean, he carried Chris Canty, the defensive end. That was just incredible.
Great catch by Ottawa Anderson, the wide receiver. Rodriguez Wilson on the coverage. Good throw from Anthony Martinez.
Good look in. Boy, when you have somebody flash in front of you and you're a wide receiver, that is really tough. But right now, Martinez, he just needs to throw the football. Hey, all the pressure's off.
Right. You just go get him now.
Right.
Pressure coming. He gets hit by Mo Thompson. Loose football. Mo Thompson, number 91, will get credit for his 2nd sack, having one of the best games I've seen in this league as a defensive end in a long, long time.
Well, you're told as a defensive player to run through a tackle, and Mo Thompson just ran through, over, and every way that you can hit Martinez. There he comes. Look at there. Quarterback. Wow, he never sees him. That's just like you're tackling the big sled. Then heads-up play right there. Dive on the quarterback. Don't let him recover it. But look at this stick. Pow! Man.
Mo Thompson has a fumble recovery. 2 forced fumbles, a couple of sacks, 5 tackles from a defensive end position. Martinez on 2nd and 21. Fires incomplete. And that'll bring up third down. Intended receiver was Ottawa Anderson. Dave, you like Marcus Lawrence of South Carolina after week 1. Their middle linebacker, number 46, went all over the field, had a dozen tackles. Well, in game 2, I'm going with Mo Thompson.
Oh, yeah, I think I will, too.
Yeah.
But I really did like Marcus Lawrence. I thought in the pregame, when I watched the films, he was wonderful. But look at this. Virginia, 1 for 12 on third down. That's unbelievable. You think that's not killing that young man right there? I think Matt Schaub's arm is going to get better a lot faster. I should say a shoulder, of course, but man.
Incomplete. Fourth down for the Cavaliers.
And Dave, that's not even close. That ball thrown at the ground behind him. Not even close. No option. No chance. A lot of frustration over there on Al Groh and his squad. They came in here. They're ranked. They're a great football team, and they just have had nothing going for them on offense.
Tom Hagen to punt again for Virginia.
Oh.
Off the side of his foot, wobbly kick, bounces at midfield. Bounces back toward Virginia, down right about midfield. South Carolina in control in the fourth. South Carolina and Virginia, 24-7 our score. The Gamecocks will make a switch at quarterback. Mike Rath, a transfer from Mesa Community College, the junior from San Diego in at quarterback, 6'2", 205 pounds. And he'll hand off to the freshman, Demetrius Summers. Summers showing some of his skills that made him one of the most sought-after, if not most sought-after players in the country a year ago. But to go back to Rath, he's a guy that completed 52% of his passes for 2,900 yards and 30 touchdowns last year in junior college. And he's more of a thrower, perhaps, than Pinkin. And they need to get him on the football field because you never know what's going to happen down the road. Over the years, this South Carolina team has seen their fair share of injuries at quarterback.
Yeah, but they're not throwing it now. This is just run time. Let those big linemen have some fun.
Look at Summers. Crowd likes the effort. And that'll be a South Carolina first down.
I want to tell you, I never expected to see this against Virginia, just running through them. 2 runs, another first down. And once he gets hit, look at him just kind of rumble through there, just getting yards, picking it up right there. Keep those feet, keep digging, and the Skip Holtz, he has just got to love it. He said, I want to have patience. He's got patience. Just hand the ball off.
Summers, 9 carries, 37 yards. Gamecocks have 387 total yards today. Summers met at the line of scrimmage. Kai Parham, the 240-pound freshman out of Virginia Beach. Here's the Aaron Rentz scoreboard. Ole Miss trailing Memphis. 3.5 minutes to go in that contest. Georgia over MTSU. Middle Tennessee putting up a pretty good fight. And Wake Forest.
Boy.
How about the Demon Deacons?
Wow.
38-24 over the Wolfpack. And another good one, San Diego State giving the Buckeyes all they want. Michigan blasting Houston. Boyd. That was one of the louder collisions I have ever heard.
Dave, he's got to be hurt. That was...
Willie Davis.
Oh.
And his players are calling for help immediately.
Oh, he just took a shot.
And you look at Marcus Hamilton, number 3, walk away. All the players moved away. Oh, my goodness.
Best thing to do is get those trainers in there. Let them just... Oh, he's sitting up. That's a good sign. Boy, what a collision that was. Man.
Dave, we have plexiglass in front of us up high in this stadium. And we could hear that through the plexiglass.
It's a good cut. Watch the contact. Gosh, both of them just fell back.
Boyd is the true freshman, goes about 210 pounds. Davis goes about 185.
Oh, he's sitting up. That's a good one. That's a good sign. He's an excellent football player, and that's part of the game.
Young man, I hope that he is all right.
Well, the fans just saw it again on the jumbo screen. It's a class act. Look at South Carolina.
I mean, that just that gives you goosebumps.
Yeah, look at this crowd. They all stand and cheer to see him walk off the football field. Scary hit. Really, it's a scary hit.
Well, a great medical staff over there at Virginia will take exceptional care of that young man. Corey Boyd on the carry. Kai Parham makes the tackle. It's a contact sport, and it's going to happen, but you hate to see it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been on the field when I've seen that happen, and I don't care which side of the ball you're on. When that happens, everybody that plays on that football field is touched emotionally, because you know you could be the next one that happens to. But it's a part that you just accept when you play.
We'll bring the sticks in, see how close to the first down the Gamecocks are with 5.5 to go. They're about 6 inches shy.
The fans are yelling, go, go.
Yeah, well, with the kicking situation, I have a feeling that Lou Holtz from this mark will give it one more shot and continue to run the football. They've been successful. They'll eat up some clock that way, and if not, your defense has been awesome today. So what the heck?
Yeah, absolutely. I know where I'd run, right up that middle. I'd find one of them big guys. I saw Levy in there. He's 340. They got some horses up front.
How about two true freshmen in the backfield, Boyd and Summers? But they'll go with Rath, the junior college transferred quarterback, and he will move the chains for South Carolina.
Yeah, he was running between that 7 and that 8 on Levy. Big man. Great drive blocker, just a sophomore. 6'7", 340. Great leg strength. Get behind him. There is the big man.
South Carolina found something they could possibly hang their hats on. And Dacus Turman, the tailback slash fullback, fullback slash tailback. He was impressive this afternoon. Here's Boyd, another one of those crossover backs, picks up 4 or 5 on the play. He goes about 215. You know, that's one thing that the coaches said. We don't have a true fullback in our offense. The South Carolina coaches like Skip Holtz, the offensive coordinator. And that can be bad in one sense, but in the other sense is you've got 4 backs that can do a lot of different things for you.
Yeah, they're great coming out of the backfield. They've got good pass routes, but more importantly, they got that lead blocker, good vision into the hole. And how about Turman today? Man, that one drive, that 80-yard drive for a touchdown, that just took the tone of this football game. They were just determined.
Second down and 6 as some new changes in that offensive line come in for Lou Holtz and company. That'll bring up a 3rd down. Let's go down the field and check in with Dave Baker with more on Lou Holtz and his, I guess, coaching mentor, if you will.
Not only a coaching mentor, but a mentor in life, Dave. We talked with Lou yesterday, and he talked about passing Woody Hayes and moving into 8th in the all-time coaching victory list. He said he'd never thought about victories until that time last week. He's a guy that was an assistant coach for Woody Hayes back in 1968 when they won the national championship. And if you look at Lou, you see a lot of Woody. He's got the black shoes, the white socks, and a dish of Lucky Buckeyes on his desk.
Next bus from the Alltel sideline connection. As we see the freshman Corey Boyd pick up the first down for South Carolina.
Well, one thing that's been impressive to me today, too, is the way that South Carolina has run the football and controlled it. They haven't put that ball out there. They dropped a lot of passes. Now, that wasn't good. But when they've run the football, they've run it solid in there. Nobody's fumbling, nobody giving up the ball. They've used this too tight on two tight end offense for about 20 plays in a row. It's nothing but a run. With two tight ends, line them up.
First and goal from the 9. Boyd to the 5 and drives the pile down to about the 4. 250 and counting. How about the Gamecocks with 247 yards on the ground today against a defense, Dave, that I thought was as good as they might see all year.
Oh, I know. The linebackers, we talked about them. Probably the best 4 linebackers that we've seen in a long while as a group. All of them pro prospects. And this South Carolina team has run through them. They just keep on lining up 2 tight ends. Here they come again. Nothing fancy, just give them the ball.
And movement on that offensive line, we told you, pretty much backup. Second teamers in there right now getting some work for New Holtz.
False start on the offense. 5 yards, second down.
Guess they wanted to make sure that we knew the mic worked again. Andrell Pinkins getting a good look at today's action. Didn't throw the ball as crisply maybe as he did last week, but let's remember this. He had a lot of drops again today.
Too many.
In 2 games, they're closing in on, I guess, 17, 18 drops from their receivers.
Absolutely. Put 5 or 6 or 7 in today's game, and look at what his stats would have been.
Clock 6 to 2:10. Here's Summers driving the pile down to about the 5-yard line. I'll go back to that touchdown drive for just a moment. The 73-yard touchdown drive, 13 plays, 12 on the ground. It brought back memories of being in the stadium, Dave. You and I were here about 2 or 3 years ago. Tennessee came to town. Fourth quarter, they drove it down the field about 80 yards behind Travis Henry.
Absolutely. Carried every time. Remember that? He carried every time on that drive. You're exactly right.
Yeah, it was just one of the great drives just to watch it unfold as a football fan. And we just saw it again. They went 73 yards by the Gamecocks. Bennett, Swigert will keep it. He just checked into the game and he scores a touchdown. How about that? His first play ever goes for a touchdown.
Well, there's a thing called backside containment. You can't just keep on overrunning the play. He read it, kept the ball, faked it to him, came out and was all by himself. Watch this. Nobody, everybody running down the line. Swigert just goes in for the score.
Well, that young man has been coming off 2 major knee surgeries, getting his first action, and he gets a round of applause. A lot of work went into that touchdown. SEC football is brought to you in part by Chevy Trucks. Never thought I would see this. 31-7. South Carolina over 15th ranked Virginia. 1:18 to go in the contest. I would say gutsy performance by South Carolina. Let's face it, it wasn't pretty, but they found a way to win.
Well, they won. I think they won by defense. I know they scored a lot of points, 31 points, but their defense is the thing that came out and just stuffed it.
Joey Bowers will kick it off. Deep into the end zone, and Virginia will bring it out to the 20-yard line. Well, fans, JPSports.com has the coverage you want. No one knows the SEC like JP Sports, and we bring the information to you online. Tune in each week for previews of upcoming games, broadcast information, and many other exciting features. JPSports.com, brought to you by the Rechargeable Battery Recycling Corporation. And a new quarterback, David DeLoreal, checks in. The junior from New Orleans, who actually succeeded Eli Manning at Cardinal Newman High School in New Orleans. Here's our Napa Auto Care Center's players of the game. Alvin Pierman, 97 total yards and a TD, a bright spot for Virginia, but the key was Mo Thompson at the defensive end spot. 7 tackles, a couple of sacks, 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery.
Everything that you want out of a defensive lineman. Quarterback pressure, sacks. Quarterback, he's covering on a pass play. Get in there, make tackles. He's all over the place. He just was a force today. If he's not the player of the week, I don't know who's going to beat him.
A lot of football left, but certainly he'd be one on my list. Look at the yards per half. 213 to 39 in the second half.
Well, one of those things you have to credit the offense because they drove the ball the length of the field, ate up a lot of clock.
And that's another major reason.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I can tell you, his stomach just must be in knots. He can't play. How quickly will he get well? They really need him.
5 seconds to go. Clock will stop there. But South Carolina goes to Athens next week for a big SEC showdown. It'll be the SEC opener for both clubs. And South Carolina going in there with some confidence. Meanwhile, Virginia will take on Western Michigan next weekend on the road. And then they have a week off before they meet Wake Forest, a team that just knocked off NC State today. Yes, that's right. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Well, that'll do it. South Carolina at home in front of over 80,000. Give Lou Holtz career win number 240. The 8th all-time. Al Groh will go back and try to put the pieces together. A lot of football left for the Cavaliers and the Gamecocks. We will come back, put a wrap on it, but the Gamecocks go to 2-0, 31-7 over Virginia. 2-0 on the season. Virginia goes to 1-1. The Gamecocks will make that trek to Athens next week to meet the Georgia Bulldogs in the SEC opener for both of those clubs. Today it was a hard-fought, if you like old-fashioned football, this was it. A lot of pounding in the middle. But South Carolina came away with the victory, 31-7. Next week, it'll be Auburn taking on Vanderbilt from Nashville, 12:30 Eastern Time, 11:30 a.m. Central. Hope you can join us. So, for our producer, Rob Reichley, director Gary Clem, my partner, Dave Rowe, and on the sidelines, Dave Baker. I'm Dave Neal saying so long, everybody. You've been watching JP Sports, exclusive coverage of SEC football.